Trump Uganda must capture kidnappers of freed U.S. tourist. Kampala, Uganda. U.S. President Donald Trump on Monday urged Uganda to find the kidnappers of an American tourist who has been freed amid conflicting reports over whether a ransom was paid for her release. Kim Endicott of Costa Mesa, California, was released by her abductors over the weekend and was to be turned over to the U.S. ambassador Monday, Ugandan police said. Endicott and her Ugandan driver were both safe after the 5-day ordeal. They were taken from. Trump pressed Uganda's government to capture the culprits Monday. Uganda. Over the weekend, Trump tweeted that he was pleased the tourist and guide had been released. Ugandan police spokesman Fred Enanga said he did not believe a ransom had been paid. A Uganda-based tour official said, however, that a ransom was paid to secure Endicott's freedom. The tourist was released. He spoke on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to speak to the press. Many officials, including from the U.S. Embassy, were involved in efforts to secure the release of the kidnapping victims, he said. He couldn't say how. Ugandan officials have said the kidnapping victims were rescued from armed kidnappers who are still at large. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni said on Twitter that the security forces shall. The kidnappers have demanded a $500,000 ransom after grabbing Endicott and her driver from a group of tourists on an evening game drive on April 2, police said. Benton called Endicott an adventure seeker and world traveler, saying it wasn't surprising that she would travel to Uganda on her own. Megan Barth, a longtime client and friend of Endicott's who lives in Las Vegas, said Endicott is an animal lover who long dreamed of traveling to Africa to see gorillas in the wild. Barth said she's been overcome with worry since Endicott was kidnapped. Benton and Barth said they hope Endicott isn't too scarred by the experience and is touched by those worldwide who have reached out to her family while she was held. Hopefully. Barth said if anyone can make it through such an experience, it's Endicott. Endicott, who has a small skincare shop in Costa Mesa, is in her 50s and has a daughter and granddaughter, according to Phoenix resident Rich Endicott, who told the Associated Press that he hadn't spoken with his cousin since a family reunion several years ago. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said last week at an event for families of U.S. citizens held captive overseas that he understands some people want to do anything to get their loved ones back, but paying ransom would just lead to more kidnappings. Queen Elizabeth National Park, which is near the porous border with Congo, is Uganda's most popular safari destination. Its attractions Myers reported from Los Angeles.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.